Hey everybody, welcome to the end of 2017. I want to talk and recap what the year was like for us and give you my thoughts going forward into 2018. But let me first step back into 2016. In 2016, one of the things we focused on in training the entire staff was how we were going to raise our margins as an organization. I'd love to tell you that that was very successful, and so I'm really happy about that because our top line in 2017 was below 2016. However, our overall gross profit margin was raised by a full 4 percentage points, which means we did a really good job of raising the margin and the products and services that we sell, so we have a better overall margin. As a result of that, through the end of October, even though our top line sales were off a little bit, our bottom line gross profit was less than $100,000 difference year to date. So far we're managing the finances well in the organization. Coming into 2017, we decided to form a change committee, which was talking about what are the things we need to fix in the organization. And one of the things we did was we added the whole project coordinator role in the organization as an investment back to not only our sales staff but to our customers and client satisfaction, so we'd make sure we move things through the pipeline much more quickly. The other major thing that came out of the change committee was the fact that communication was something we really needed to work on as an organization. We hired Christina to be our full-time training coordinator for us, and as a result of that, now we've been doing all these communications trainings and so forth. I think they've all worked out pretty well for us as an organization, where we're figuring out what's our primary skill level, what's our style, and how can we communicate better, not only amongst ourselves but with our clients, and increase customer satisfaction in the end, which is ultimately the goal of a strong and healthy organization. So that's some of the things we did as far as through this year in making change in the organization. Some of the other things that I'd like to talk about is what happened this year that was of significance. So there were some big changes in our organization. For instance, Tangram Studio and Tangram Technology worked together, and we won a big project out of market in Seattle for Juno. As a result of that, we not only started taking presence outside of the market for Tangram Studio, but we also worked in conjunction where we have the collaboration of technology and design working together. So for that client, we did 9 floors where we did all custom furniture and all the technology, and a very happy customer, and over a $9 million combined order for us out of market. And to this day, that client is still recommending us to other design firms and other clients in Seattle. We also had other geographic success with Tangram Studio, where we're doing a large project for Live Nation in New York, for BCG in Boston, and we also did work in Texas. Another area of growth this past year for us has been the architectural wall business. We went from almost zero to north of $3 million in 1 year, and a highly successful part of our business. So we're pretty excited about that, and we see it growing and taking off even further. We just won the City National Bank walls business, and that will be going in 2018. We also, in our flooring company, decided to invest in the hard surface business. So we hired a staff because we had high recognition in the contractor community that we were a really good flooring contractor, but what we figured out is that we were only a partial contractor. We were only doing carpeting, and so now we have a hard surface team. We're winning business with that already, and that's pretty exciting. Let's take a second and do a halftime clip. We're going to do a little clip from my favorite coach, Bo Schembechler. We'll be right back.
We want the Big Ten championship, and we're going to win it as a team. They can throw out all those great backs and great quarterbacks and great defensive players throughout the country and in this conference. But there's going to be one team that's going to play solely as a team. No man is more important than the team. No coach is more important than the team. The team, the team, the team. And if we think that way, all of us, everything that you do, you take into consideration what effect does it have on my team. because you can go into professional football, you can go anywhere you want to play after you leave here. You will never play for a team again. You'll play for a contract, you'll play for this, you'll play for that, you'll play for everything except the team. And think what a great thing it is to be a part of something that is the team. We're going to win it. We're going to win the championship again because we're going to play as a team. Better than anybody else in this conference, we're going to play together as a team. We're going to believe in each other. We're not going to criticize each other. We're not going to talk about each other. We're going to encourage each other. And when we play as a team, when the old season is over, you and I know it's going to be Michigan again. Michigan.
Okay, I hope you loved that clip. I've read Bo's book 3 times. And as you know, being a strong University of Michigan guy, I took a lot from that clip. I think if we act as a team, we can't help but be more successful. So what are my thoughts on 2018? When I think about 2018, I feel very confident that the economy is still going to remain strong. Regardless of how you feel about our politicians in the country, I think that if we do get tax reform, that there will be growth in our economy. If there's growth in our economy, that's good for our business because we are an economy-sensitive business. So if businesses are making more money, paying less taxes, that usually means there's going to be leftover money for them to renovate, which is good for us. So let's all hope that that happens by the end of the year and our community businesses remain strong and want to increase how they're going to do their offices. Another thing that's been interesting about our business over the last year with the change in everybody going to less systems furniture and more ancillary is that one of the things we did last year is we hired an ancillary specialist and we just hired a second ancillary specialist. So that change, we've made that investment in change in our organization, but that's because we were also trying to lead in how we responded to the change that the customers are asking us. As a result of that, the major furniture manufacturers are having less and less influence over how a project happens. It used to be 10% of a project would go to the major furniture manufacturers like Steelcase or Herman Miller. Today, it's probably 30, 40, 50% is going to the ancillary furniture vendors. So as a result of that, the clients are more reliant on people like us, and so is the design community, more reliant on people like us who are experts in all the different furniture lines and have the ability to take on all the complexity that goes with handling all of those things. So it's important for us to remind our clients that not only are we able to handle major systems furniture jobs, but it also gives us the ability to show them we've invested in the infrastructure necessary in order to be experts in advising and then executing on using all the ancillary furniture vendors out there. And we have 10s and 20s of those stories to tell that we've done over the last couple of years. All right. At the end of my last video to you guys, I asked for a challenge. And my challenge to you last time was reach out to a client you haven't spoken to in the last 5 years. And some of you wrote me back, and I hope many of you did it. I want to reiterate, I still think that's a good idea. We should always be looking on our computers and figure out who haven't I talked to in a couple of years, especially if they bought something from us 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, and then go back and say, how are we doing? Anything I can help you with? Happy holidays, right? So good thing to do. But I have a second challenge. We just had a whole bunch of holiday cards printed, and I would like to ask that each and every one of you find 20 people that you can send out personalized, handwritten holiday cards to, so you have a touch point to stay in touch with our clients. So with that being said, I want to say I hope you all have a really happy holiday season. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. See you later.